Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing in the film industry lately, and trust me, it's a real eye-opener. Imagine this. Someone decided to crunch the numbers on how many of this century's top 100 films were made by what they call Nepo baby creatives. You know, those folks who got their foot in the door because of family connections. Your guess on the percentage? Probably too low. Here's the kicker. It's 70%. Yes, you heard that right. 7 out of 10. Personally, I think this is less about pointing fingers and more about understanding the systemic advantages at play. What makes this really interesting is that it's not just about nepotism in the negative sense, it's about access. Growing up in the industry gives you a head start, and that's undeniable. But here's where it gets tricky. Does that mean they don't deserve their success? Not necessarily. From my perspective, the real issue is how this access skews opportunities for others who don't have those connections. It's a conversation we need to have, but let's keep it nuanced. Now let's break this down further. Stephen Follows, the analyst behind this data, pointed out that Nepo babies tend to get their first feature at 33, compared to 35 for everyone else. They also climb the ladder faster, hitting a top film in 8 years instead of 10. What this really suggests is that the industry is structured to favor those with connections. But here's the twist. Their films aren't necessarily bigger or better. Same box office, same ratings. So what's the takeaway? Family ties don't guarantee talent, but they do guarantee a seat at the table. And that's a privilege most people don't have. One thing that immediately stands out is the role of producers in all this. Follows highlighted that an experienced producer can make or break a first-time director's career. 3 out of 4 directors don't make a second feature, but those who do often have a seasoned producer backing them. If you take a step back and think about it, this raises a deeper question. How much of success in film is about talent versus who you know? It's a detail I find fascinating because it shows how much of the industry is built on relationships, not just creativity. Another point that caught my attention is the impact of film school. Turns out, graduates outgross non-graduates, even though the quality of their films is the same. What many people don't realize is that film school isn't just about learning. It's about networking. It's an accelerator ramp, as Follows put it, and it gets you in the door faster. But here's the thing. Not everyone can afford film school. So, is it really a meritocracy, or just another barrier for those without resources? Now, let's talk about indie films for a second. Only 3.4% of them generate a profit. Let that sink in. Meanwhile, 51% of studio films make money. What this really suggests is that the system is rigged in favor of big players. Follows called this a power law, where a small number of people get all the riches. Personally, I think this is one of the most overlooked aspects of the industry. It's not just about talent or hard work. It's about who controls the resources. Here's the bigger picture. The film business is unpredictable, unknowable, and unfair. Follow said it best when he pointed out that all the things we think give us control, stars, test screenings, algorithms, are just illusions. It's like trying to earthquake-proof a house in a disaster zone. Sure, it might help a little, but it doesn't change the fundamental risks. This raises a deeper question. If we can't control the outcome, what should we focus on? Follows advice? Concentrate on what you can control. Make people want to work with you, create original work, and enjoy the journey. So, here's my closing thought. The film industry isn't just about talent. It's about access, connections, and luck. And while that's not inherently bad, it's something we need to acknowledge and address. Because at the end of the day, art should be about creativity, not privilege. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of film.